Okay, truck, brakes, rear, calipers, rotors. Got the parts. They just came in like today. So after work, getting started. Got the brake caliper in a bag sitting on a milk crate, and that's because it leaks like a bugger, and of course I don't want to pull on the brake line before I pull the brake line off. But the bracket here, just finishing pulling the bracket off now. I had to use a breaker bar to get the bolts started, 18mm brackets on the rear caliper brackets. So just about to pull the caliper bracket off here, and then I got to get to this rotor. Now I know I've probably taken a picture of this, but this rotor is it's so funny, it's missing part of the rotor. There's only one disc. It looks normal, right? But if you were to look inside here, and let's see if I can get the lighting just right. That's the dust shield. Where's another spot? There we go. Now if I move this around, what you're looking at is the inside of the disc brake, where the inner rotor, part of the rotor, shattered off, and all that was left was the interconnecting metal. And of course the brake seized, and it was heating it up and basically probably turning it orange and red, and just completely melted the thing. Of course, like, and then it just shatters and breaks off, and you'd think you should be hearing the squeaking going on, but it's a situation where the outer pad was getting low, but the inner pad completely, I mean, look at how thin that thing is. You'd think that the driver would be smart enough to go, something's wrong with that, but it was quiet. It didn't make any noise. And after the inner part of the rotor shattered, coming to a stop was a little bit strange. It was like a little bit, and then when you would take off, it'd be like, and it's like, is it transmission? Is it brakes? What is it? And sure enough, finally had one of the brake calipers right rear. Just Michael and I took it for a test drive around the block, and he pushed his foot down after I filled up the master cylinder, and we put brake fluid all over the place and got it back up in the driveway, and it just leaked all over the driveway. So it is a severe failure, right? We've got part of the rotor just shattered and overheated, and the brake caliper was being used. I know it sounds like we're retarded drivers, we don't know what we're doing, but it was kind of a stealthy thing. But anyway, and after all that heat and everything, and all the horrible damage to it, the caliper started leaking too, right? The rubber seals will get extremely hot and they'll eventually fail. So anyway, I got all the new parts, gonna put them all on. The only thing I'm worried about is the bearings, because of course the bearings, with all that heat, it transfers into the axle and whatnot, but theoretically it should be fine. So the only thing left to do right now is to get this rotor off. Of course it's rusty around the axle, so we got to work on it and bang it and sand it and make it so the new rotor goes on. And then I can take the old caliper and pop the line over to the new one. Got to do the other side, bleed everything. So we're just getting going. It's now, gosh, my watch is still behind because it won't set. So it's 4:45, well, 4:50-ish, whatever. And working fast, but trying to work slow and careful all at the same time. Fast and slow.